Mic check, mic check. What is up, guys? How's it going? Hopefully we've got audio. Hopefully everything sounds decent. Let me know. Wheezy, what is up? Revenge, we got you. Eric as well. How's it going, fam? We're just chilling. Doing something a little different here. We're going to be shredding in Sumisudo Kart here on the YouTubes for the first half of the stream, and then we're going to be jumping over to Twitch. And that is where we will drift in the new year. A little bit of audio only ASMR drifty fun times. Is the audio mix acceptable? Sound okay? What's up, Joe? Hey Ben, good to see you again. Arcs, oh man, sorry to hear you're not doing so hot, but hopefully we can get you into a better mood here with a little bit of drift action. Okay, cool, so everything's sounding fine. We are getting right into it. I'm not running a face cam at the moment. I might end up setting one up midstream at some point later, we'll see. But we're going to be doing POV stuff. You guys aren't that interested in seeing my beautiful face anyway, I'm sure. So we are going to do, like my last video, just a little bit of in-person drift action. As always, I'll be keeping an eye on chat, so we'll be able to hang out during the session. Uematsu says, Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu, which is Japanese for Happy New Year. Arigatou gozaimasu, kochira koso, akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Alright. You guys will soon be able to see my somewhat mediocre setup here. Let's give this a try. I think everything's ready. I'm so not used to doing this, it's weird. Sprinkles, what is going on? How are you? Good to see you back. Julian as well. Yeah, man. I'll be looking forward to seeing you on stream and on track soon. Alright, we are going to go ahead and transition in. Bam! There you guys are. There you guys are. Hopefully everything is still working. Hopefully our audio mixes and everything else still looks solid. Let me know if everything looks adequate here. You'll see we're chilling in our S13, our usual weapon of choice. Revenge, yeah, handbrake is fixed. Whoop whoop, that's right here. That's ready to go. And of course I'll be rocking the red S13 as I often do on these live streams. Yeah, new camera, just doing a little something different. I'm trying to keep everything all set. Try to keep everything a little bit fresh. So, in the true spirit of things, we're gonna get right into it. Also, let me know if my pedal cam goes out, because it's being a little bit shitty lately. So hopefully it does not. We'll just go around. Oh, Ben just got the TMX Pro. Very nice. Congratulations, my dude. Yeah, what did you guys get for Christmas? We got the fireworks to ring in the new year. You got a TV for your sim setup, bro. Very nice. I've always wondered what that's like. Just big screen coverage, that'd be nice. Drifting in the yellow FC says simulated missions. Cool, cool. I'm not really taking any particular line through the course here. We're just rocking and rolling. Just keeping it off the walls and off the grass, hopefully. Fanatec Elite Wheelbase. Yes, zip it is. Oh, I'm actually running a little bit more CSP smoke than usual, too. So, it's gonna be a smoky one. I'm driving an S13 Coupe right now. Self-steer all the way, faux show. World Drift Tour Street S13 though, that is my vehicular of choice most of the time. Although the KameTrick 240SX is pretty close to being ready. So soon, when I'm in servers, I'll be in servers in my actual car that you see on the live clips, which will be pretty rad. VR and sim drifting, I'm all about it, Jonathan. I think that it's awesome, and there's nothing more realistic. Like the depth perception and the perspective that you give is great. I mean, as you can see from my setup here, it's similar to real life in the sense that I'm physically like turning my head to look where I'm driving and stuff. And I can also like just move my eyes around and not actually have to turn my head quite as much as somebody in VR would. But I mean, the depth is really significant. The speed sensing that you can do is really significant. And so you can just do some really, really great practice. With VR. I think it's awesome. I would run it. My goal was to run it initially, but I get VR sickness bad. Like, it wrecks me, so it's just not an option for me. And triple monitors was the backup plan. Triple monitors are nice if you're a live streamer, though. I think that it's just like comfortable to stream for longer. Oh, too much angle. Michael says the camera setup is definitely better. Yeah, I figure my my beautiful face is not gonna win me too many subscribers on a drifting channel, especially. There's probably things that I can do to make this camera setup even better. But I don't know what they are just yet, so we're just gonna take it easy and do this stream kind of like this, and we'll see how it goes. I'm getting all up on the door of turbo here. Oh, too hard. Way too hard. That was my fault. I killed us all. Maybe get a face cam on the bottom right. So I actually have, Flixby, thank you for the feedback. I have a face cam, you know, that I used to use. It's right down here, actually. But I don't know. I'm torn about how ridiculous you look when you have a head cam on. Like, it just looks silly. So, what in an ideal world, what I'd actually like to do is go to some sort of a just chatting type of screen with audio only for a second, take the head cam off, and then actually talk to a face cam. I forgot my track map. Bonk, where's track map live? Here it is. I need you down there somewhere so that I can actually see what the heck I'm doing and I won't run over everybody. Thanks, Ethan. Appreciate it. A shifter cam would be cool. Is there no in-game sound? Do we have like car revving sounds right now? And Jesus, yeah, it's just a forehead type camera. Okay. As long as you can hear car sounds too. It's quiet. I can pump it up a little bit. I'll wait for a little bit of feedback from a couple other folks. Face is legendary and iconic. I feel like probably not for all the right reasons, but we'll see. It's fine. Very quiet. Okay, we'll fix that real quick. That's not so hard to do. Oh, come hither, stream. All the background stuff. So I'm gonna turn my beats down a little bit more. How's that? Does that balance better? Hopefully this is good. Duck that back out of the way so it's not so often. I have not tried drifting in 5M, Nino. I actually have not played 5M. It looks pretty cool though. Happy New Year. Yes, indeed. That's true. We are going to drift in the new year today. However, the actual ball will drop, at least in my country. We have a decorated New Year's ball that is hoisted up in, I think, New York City, and it drops. So that's what I'm referring to if you're not from the States and have no idea what I'm talking about there. But in any case, I don't think the ball is going to drop in this stream for the USA. But we will have that happen on Twitch. 5M is not as fun as Assetto for drifting, but roleplay is pretty rad. Stance, I do. I have a handbrake. It's working again. So we're all set. That's all that I'm using. And you can tell too, because my keyboard is over here. And I'm not versed in the ways of left finger e-braking. So normally it would be right here if I was using a keyboard e-brake. Camera setup looks cooler than VR. Oh man, that's too kind. It probably doesn't actually. It's a little mixed reality type stuff. We'll see. I do wish that I could get... Oops, my bad, guy. I do wish that I could get my my monitors even closer, but just the way that I've got it built and set up right now, this is about as much as I can do. Probably. Yeah, I don't have much room. You like this camera angle better? Oh, fair enough. One thing that I want to do, which as you can see I'm in the process of doing up here, I've got like a black, basically curtain hung. I want to carry that around so that there's not like this gray on the background. There's my Wi-Fi. Hi, Wi-Fi. But you know, I want to be able to carry that and conceal that a little bit better. I think that would probably be an improvement. I agree about the camera being lower, Purple. I'm not really sure how to accomplish that though. Like right now it's basically mounted to my forehead, and so it does sit like too high, like up here. I'd really like, if I could, I'd almost like to mount it to like my chin, but I need it to turn with my head, so I can't do like a lot of guys do a chest mount that's like more down here at this kind of a plane, and that would look good as far as the image, but then of course it wouldn't move. So I don't have a better idea right now of how I'm going to get it any lower and still be able to talk. We'll see. If you guys have any suggestions though, DM me on Discord, and you know, if you see somebody else with a good setup and you understand like how they are actually doing their setup, let me know and I'll take a look. Tefix, what is up? Seth Rogen drifting. So you realize what's going to happen. It's got to happen. If I get popular enough to have the star power to do this, I need to actually take Seth Rogen drifting, and then we can chuckle together and everyone will blow their minds. It'll be the best. Use helmets to mount it lower. Oh my god. I guess if I streamed in an actual racing helmet, then I could mount it on the chin of the helmet. Oh, that's just so much heat, so much work. We're gonna catch up to this group of cars here in just a second. And we're gonna do it Gran Turismo 2 style, baby, with the dreaded bobsled technique. You know about that bobsled technique. Oh, a little wall tap. A little extra bobsled technique. Alright, well, It was at least a funny joke. Nakasato style. Fair enough. Oh well, we're just gonna get tandems with everybody. Let's follow simulated missions when he chooses to go out. We've got a couple of cars coming by, so we may have to wait a second. Jaeger cars, I think that there are 3 on the server. So we're following a Supra. That is sometimes using more angle than is necessary and killing off a little bit too much speed. We're just going to go for the pass here. Catch up to simulated missions. I'm curious, can you... Oh, simulated missions got hit with the stream curse. MGA3, thank you. This is a brand new thing. I usually don't use a POV cam, but I'm giving it a try. Jordan Johnson, welcome back. Gabasto as well, good to see you. 3 a.m. Yeah, man, it's actually, oh, let me show you guys this. I get asked this all the time. Let me see here. Alright. We have just me talking. We have no car audio. This is on purpose. I just want you to hear how quiet the Fanatic wheel is. Belt drive wheels are awesome. Like, the loudest thing on it is my ring. You'll hear my ring smacking on it when I drive. But, like, check this out. My pedals are louder than the steering wheel. Oh, you can? You can still hear the car? Dang. Okay. What am I missing? I turned off my desktop audio. Well, for some reason it's not going to work. I couldn't tell you why, but you just have to take my word for it. I'll include it in an audio, or in a edited video at some point. Eric, I'm not sure. Maybe so. I'm not sure. We're going to follow Marius R. Probably Mueller, I would guess is what that says. Or MLLR. Oh, no we're not. He's not going to go. Alright, we'll follow whoever this is right here. Looks like that is sanctioned unit. In an FC RX-7, we're going to cut the track, pull in heaps of speed, and then brake heavily. Actually went in a little too aggressively there and lost all the proximity I tried to surge to gain. Matthew Goldman, can't find the Jaeger cars. KT Announcements channel on my Discord. If you're new here, you may not know that, but all the regulars do. Chat, make sure to help newbies out. Figure out how to get in on the action here in the community, because we are growing at a pretty decent pace. We're always picking up new folks, but no matter how clear I try to make it in the video description, people just don't always read. So help them out and we'll get them on track. Simulated missions, no, it's fine. The whole point is to get better. Trust me, I suck too. Everybody has got things that they're working on. I make heaps of mistakes on my live streams. That's how you learn. Guardrail hater, my pedals broke. Oh no! What happened? We're gonna catch up with Turbo. Probably on this apex, so I'm going to transition from way offline, dive in towards his inside, and then left foot brake to get actually in line with him. And then we'll just match his angle and his transition timings. Float out and hang out on his door here. Looks like he tapped wall a little bit. Caddison, what is up? POV stream, yeah, man. I try to keep things fresh for you guys. And one of the things that I had been thinking about doing, actually for a good while, was getting a POV set up, not just to live stream, but also for edited videos. I think people are probably getting tired of seeing my my usual setup. You know, it's predictable. It works alright, but it's nice to be able to change it up. One of the cool things about triples is the ability to look over and see who's chasing me. If there's a chase driver that's really got their proximity dialed in like that, you can actually see them in the side of the monitors, which is super cool. And it's like that in real life, of course, too. You'll see, ooh, right on that wall, you'll see people surging in. Ben Bueller, Happy New Year's, welcome. Checksum failed. Must be something to do, probably with the Jaeger cars. Maybe I didn't update the config file in some form or fashion. No, I just made this, so it should have all the latest. No idea what it could be. My lobby is open. Instructions are in the video description. Had to slow down a little bit for that gentleman who bumped into the wall. Oh, I'm now the gentleman who bumped into the wall. Yep, happy to help. Oh no, that's a bad time. Jonathan Marin, yo, I'm new to the channel, what do we do? So on my channel, we bridge the gap between drifting in the simulator and drifting in real life. In fact, I can give you a quick glance at some of the real life drifting. We got clips, that's my S13. It is a red 1991 Nissan, and I have been drifting it for such a long time now. I'm kind of amazed it's still in one piece, to be perfectly honest with you. I also am involved with Formula Drift. I help them out when they run in Texas, although unfortunately, RIP, they're not really doing Texas too much anymore. And yeah, then I just do grassroots drifting. And in addition to that, whenever I'm not doing the grassroots drifting stuff, like here's Ebisu North Course, I do that other thing, sim drifting, what we're doing now. I also am down to make just general entertaining content on, you know, on other titles, other games, etc., etc. TMX Pro Tunes, I don't know anybody off the top of my head. The Discord probably has people that do. Yoyo Toshio Ben-san says, Zail, arigatou gozaimasu. Kochira koso, akeome. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Demo toriaizu, tsui sou shiyou. Let's get to the drifting, the tandems. We are following Sprinks in that big SC300, and we're both offline. Ooh, I got hit by somebody who was not even going the right way. That might have been a wall tap that resulted in that, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. I'm just another guy. There's a lot of people way cooler than me, but I'm trying to share the stuff that I do, and if people are into following it, great, and if not, that's fine too. Plenty of cool people doing stuff. Some of them are on social media and the internet, and you can follow along. I'm just trying to be involved, be in the scene, and hang out. How Arkage, you're fine. I couldn't even tell what car it was. Lambo, I have no idea. I have never owned a TX or a T300. So that is not something that I can actually answer, unfortunately. I will say that there are people in the Discord that have them, and that you could ask them how long they've had theirs, and hopefully that would help you out with a little bit more relevant answer, because yeah, unfortunately I just don't have any way to know. Maybe I'll be able to get a hookup at some point with the wheel makers, and then I can get one to try. That would be fun. You never know. Yeah, I mean, heck, in chat we probably have people that have T300s or TXs. I bet we've had I would imagine, though, that they last at least for 2 or 3 years, probably more. Oh, my bad, simulated, that was my fault. Ooh, there's John DM and a pink Laurel. But traffic is coming, so I've got to wait for them to go by. And it's Turbo. Turbo's a great guy to follow. We've done plenty of that so far, though. 15, and I have been sim drifting for a while. Can't wait to start IRL. Keep up the great content, says Adam. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, the sim practice that you're getting is going to be huge. We're going to do a burst pass here. Sneak around inside. Maybe? Maybe? Nope, not quite. It wasn't the cleanest. But I want to chase this beautiful Misshifto livery. Sprinks is rocking. He's following John DM. So, oh, that's an angle stall. He was getting ready to lose it. And Chuck says, if you receive a perfectly good unit, it could last longer than 5 years. First person POV is rad, thank you. This is a brand new thing, I'm just now trying it. I was hoping that it would be a little bit better to watch compared to what I had been doing. But I honestly wasn't sure. Oh, my bad. Honestly wasn't sure if people were going to like it or not. Well, I was going to catch up with John there. Did he bounce? Or is he back on track? He bounced. We'll do a lap with John. Here he is. Let's see. Royal Dine. I am using a GoPro strapped to my head with a basically a capture card. The GoPro makes a cloth elastic sort of headband that you can mount their GoPros to. And I already owned one, so I'm just using that. It's actually a really common setup for people who do POV stuff, and I've known about it for a while, and I have GoPros from doing all the IRL drifting. Like, most of the footage of me drifting my real car is GoPro footage. But I just never had taken the time to try this sort of a setup out. Oh, that was not so hot. And also, what was I going to say? Oh, also, I actually have the viewers of this channel to thank for that. My new equipment in order to produce this type of a video is actually sponsored by you guys for your views. Those of you who are watching the ads. I mean, it's fine if you skip them too, but just like allowing them to be played, basically. That is what provided the gear that we were doing this with. Hey Lay, good to hear from you. Happy holidays. Hope that you have been having a nice, restful time. Some time off from work or school, whichever fits your situation. I thought he was going to tag the wall. We're going to go duck off to the inside and narrowly avoid all of that. Yep, Happy New Year as well. So I could rock a face cam, I just think I would look really silly. So I've got to figure out what I want to do about that. And honestly, I started the stream like 3 minutes late because I was setting this up. I had it set up to record, and I kind of forgot that I have to set it up again to stream because it's all in different scenes. So I threw that together. But I did not figure out anything in particular for a face cam setup right at the second. You know that I've got heaps of cameras though from watching my content, so it's really just a matter of time. If I want to get one of those going, I certainly can. Ooh, we're right on the wall there. And we're in the wall. Bonk. Splice, what's up? I'm rocking a Fanatic CSW, you can see it there, and then a Moco Maziura JDM steering wheel. Gaming Expert 264, thank you. Jack, I have been drifting for, let's see, around 17 years. Here's some clips from my my edited videos on the YouTube channel. And how long have I been good? I mean, of course that's subjective, but I would say like I have been tandem level good for, I don't know, 3 years. I didn't try to tandem for the longest time. I didn't tandem for like 10 years. Poma, hello, thank you for tuning into the channel. Lemmy, happy New Year, welcome. Caddison, my first sim was just a driving force. It might have not even been a Pro or a GT, but like a Logitech driving force with Live for Speed in like the PS2 days. And then this is my second one that I have currently. Armor 3 Realism Unit. Super long username. Thanks for the content. Convinced me to get my Fanatec Club Sport, and I love it. I linked Drift Playground today, and I can tell. Can you tell me why you put 100% turbo instead of 80? So, I mean, that's really just a matter of personal preference. I like to have full turbo just because the cars all handle, they just handle a little easier. It's not as many clutch kicks. And my own car has a pretty good amount of power and torque, so I don't need too many clutch kicks for my real life car. So for me personally, I'm just making it suit the way that my actual car drives. Sanctioned, I generally set all that stuff up before the stream starts. So I may not this week, but I can certainly adjust the balance in future weeks. We do this normally every Friday. This is the only time in a while that we have done a Thursday stream, and it's really just for New Year's. Julian says, do a 360. We can do that. I gotta find some empty track though. I'll find a way to find some empty track here in a second. So my daily driver used to be a 1989 Honda Civic, an EF Civic, and now it is a truck so that I can tow my IRL car out to events. Okay, perfect. There's a gap behind me. Well, now there's not a gap behind me, so I'm going to have to go ahead of all these guys in order to make time to get this 360 in. Hopefully I've got enough speed to do one. Let's find out. And a stoppie on top of it. Vila, Happy New Year. Thank you from Brazil. Very nice. So, Guru asked, how did I mount my wheelbase to my desk? It's actually not touching. So I built a cockpit that slides up to this table, but it doesn't actually touch. If you look right here, you'll see it doesn't actually touch at all. So it's just got a cutout for the wheel to slide up to. Hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully you can see it. I don't really have a preview of what you guys are able to see, because if I used it, it would just like go directly into, it would be on screen, and I just feel like that would look bad. Oh, I probably shouldn't. Nah, I'm too close to everybody. I can't do a 360 in front of them again. Lemmy with the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Helping me ring in the new year. As you know, all of your donations go to starving drift cars that are hungry for tires. Wow, lots of lag there. I couldn't even drive. Oh yeah, and Guru, also from the bottom I have bolts that go in, so it is bolted in there. No problem. Have a great year. Thank you so much. You as well. I'm just hoping that 2021 is a better year for all of us, everywhere. 2020 wasn't terrible, but it was definitely different. I hope that we can adopt the best parts of changes that have happened and maybe shrug off some of the more severe, less ideal ones, but we'll see. I'm hoping that in about 6 to 8 months, things might be a little bit more normal feeling. They probably won't be. It'll probably take another year from today. But you never know. Modding Assetto Corsa does not, as I crash because I'm reading chat or trying to, does not require the full version, no. Too fast again. We'll get that 360 eventually. Happy New Year from Norway. Thank you, Sander. Appreciate it. Happy New Year to you as well. From the middle of the United States. Big wild country, but we got plenty of good people here, I promise. It may not look so good on the news sometimes from other countries, but there's plenty of good folks here. Plenty of good drift folks here, that's for sure. There go the fireworks. Happy New Year from the lovely UK. Thank you, Jack. We're gonna get this 360, guys. I'm telling you what. There we go. Do I have any tips on exiting a drift? I always seem to spin out or whip the other way. Yeah, I sure do. So, drifting is all about balance. When you are transitioning and everything else, you're balancing the car. When you're mid-drift, you're balancing the car. And when you're exiting a drift, it's no different at all. Basically, what I'm getting at is there is a link between how much braker, throttle, and steering you're giving. One way that you might want to think of it is pretend that there's some sort of a mechanical connection between the wheel and the gas pedal. And the more throttle you use, the more counter steer you use. And the less throttle you use, the less counter steer you use. But if I can make some mistakes on purpose here in the stream to kind of demonstrate what I'm trying to say, a lot of times when people are having issues with that, what's happening is they are keeping their counter steer held in and letting off the throttle for too long. And the reason that the car is happy in drift like right now is because I have about the same amount of forces, G-forces, acting on the tires of the car. I've got a certain amount of acceleration power that's pushing the car forward, and that's trying to push the car into a spin because the rear tires are slipping. And the reason it's not spinning is because the front tires are gripped up and they're countersteered. So we have this balance of power where the rear is trying to spin out, the front tires are preventing it. If you let off the throttle, then the force that's trying to make the rear spin around goes away. And if you don't do something with your steering to account for that, that's going to cause the steering to get even more power, and it's going to steer the car in the other direction. And that causes you to whip and transition. If you pull your steering back too early, you're going to get the opposite. And you're still going to be on power. The rear tires are going to be trying to spin the car out. And when you dial back your countersteer without getting off the gas as well, that's going to cause the rear tires to overpower the fronts and push the car around sideways. So if you watch my my pedal cam here, I'll make it real simple on these transitions coming up. I'm just going to let off the throttle, and that causes the car to transition. I didn't do anything to the steering wheel other than let it go and it went to transition. So I'm holding it, I'm going to let off, and then I just let the wheel slide through my hands and snap the throttle back on. You seeing that? Off, let it transition, get back on throttle. So that's kind of what will happen to you if you let off the throttle too soon and you don't pull your countersteer out. Now if I want to, I can pull my countersteer out as well. Let me find a place to do that. So if I pull my countersteer out here, when I let off throttle, the car just straightens up and we're in grip. So it's a matter of preempting the fact that the car is going to try to transition and cutting out the countersteer so that it makes the car grip up instead of having so much force that it slings it in the other direction. And we can come out of drift here too. We can just let off throttle and then slowly, you see how slow and controlled that was? We slowly pull the steering wheel countersteer angle out. We'll stay on the outside here past Sprinks in this transition, and I can demonstrate it again. So after we complete this turn, we're on throttle, car's happily in drift, and I can just let off the throttle and steer straight ahead. And that's going to cause the car... Simulated, can we not just randomly do donuts? You could give that car to somebody who wants to actually drive on track if you want. But anyway, that's the gist for how that works, if that makes sense. Talon as well. Oh wow, Happy New Year's indeed. Thank you so much. Damn, it does feel good to be a gangster. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I super appreciate that. Snap. We're gonna have to celebrate now. That was far too kind. Wow. Happy New Year's to you as well. I have no idea how well this will work on a POV cam, but thank you, thank you. You get fireworks. That was awesome. Cheers. Thank you. Alright, make sure I've got the right scene up so I don't do one of those again. Oh goodness. Arkage asks, is my steering wheel a 350? The IRL car has a 350, this guy is a 330. I feel like a 350 being so much, 350s are about, where this is just one up. They wrap around perfectly, so it would be like holding it here instead of holding it here. And I feel like I would actually be kind of close to hitting my leg in countersteer, which kind of sucks. Sorry, I'm in the way of a few people here. Nitrous Zone, I am presently using a S13 WDTS coupe. Thailand asks, when am I going to finish the 240? I'm going to finish the 240 over this off season. It will be back on track for the 2021 season. Nissan 180 mods, Boba Fett asks, I would say 100%. The World Drift Tour and Death Wish Garage, I think, are really legit. So, that's what we got. Oh, by the way, don't forget to hit that like button. There's Arkage. Let's hit the road. Let's do it. Being alone on New Year's Eve just hits different. Yeah, man, it really does. Like, I'm glad that I can hang with you guys, but it is a little different. Okay, I guess I will have to lead. We'll catch some tandems later. I got the fam. I just wanted to stream on New Year's Eve and into New Year's Day, so they're just hanging out. Most of my family lives pretty far away from me, though. Oh, I got a special somebody. There's a certain Mrs. KameTrick in the picture. I don't think she subscribes to the channel, though. She loves to come out and ride along at real-life drifting events. She also films some of the external content, like when I'm in the car driving and you see content from trackside. Some of the time she's filming that. And also, she helps me change tires on the car. I used to be a lonely driver, and I am lonely no more. Yeah, ride-alongs are super fun. She's not really into cars, actually. Outside of, like, mine, she isn't, like, into trying to drift herself or anything. Although I may make her get in the simulator and then put her in the real car at some point, just to, just for the lulz. I'm gonna go wide and go around here. I bet that that's Grassroot Digital on my door. The all-important question from Caddison, though. She can drive stick. Yep. She absolutely can drive stick. D6, what is going on? Welcome. This is the KameTrick Weekly Drift Matsuri server. It runs every Friday. I'm going to hop back to the pits, though, because I'm looking for a lead car to follow. Still looking for a lead car to follow. She can drive stick, therefore she is a keeper. Truth? Truth indeed. Oh, Springs was taken out. Oof. Wow. Dynamic. Oh well. Let's take a second and catch up to this FB RX-7 because it just looks cool. I hear it. There it goes. Such a cool looking car. It's actually pretty hard to drift though. Discord link is invalid. It's not. Something's up on your side. I've used the same link since I started my Discord, and 1000% it will work. I promise. Tandem Mafia, thank you. Theo can give me a solid lead. Server name is KameTrick Weekly Drift Matsuri. It's up at this time, ooh, every Friday. Coming in a little too hot there. Miss KT is not super into cars besides mine. She really prefers to ride along more than she wouldn't get super stoked on seeing a bunch of sports cars in the wild like I would. I think she's more supporting my hobby than she is, like, necessarily a super fan of it herself. But she does enjoy riding along. She likes roller coasters and thinks that it's really fun to be in a drifting car. Backseat driver? Only if I do something super unsafe on the streets. Woo! Oh man, that was evil. We just slid right in there. Oh, that was not gonna work. Alright, who else has got a lead for me? Follow Arc. Jackass, did I reel her in with a handbrake turn? Nope. I probably scooped her with a Kansei drift. Maybe a faint drift. Because she fainted for all my bad puns. Alright. Oh, I should have left foot braked forever ago. I've killed us all. It's so difficult to predict when when people are going to get onto the brakes there. So sometimes I think they're going to go like as late as they can and then pull e-brake, which is what I sometimes do. And if they don't, then left foot braking would have been the right call to stay in position, but I've already lost my opportunity to actually make that work, and I'm just going to have to go through the grass on the inside. Yeah, see, that's how I do it. Is I wait late and then I do a little e-brake pull. Just waiting to get into a decent position here. Don't really get the braking mid-corner there. Makes it kind of difficult to follow, but we will get it figured out here. Is the TX any good? If it's a belt drive, then yeah, absolutely. Ark, you did pretty well. It's all good. Oh yeah, Thailand got a, what'd you get, a 370Z? We will indeed. The server is full at the second. I'll follow Sprinks again here. We're just pushing him all around the track, unfortunately. Being a little bit of a bully in the chase. There we go. I would have stayed on throttle longer, but I never trust people to carry speed through there unless I have seen them do it before. Alright, let's find somebody else to roll with here. Follow sanctioned if he goes out. As everybody tries to hold drift with left foot brake and is way too far inside to have any hope of actually making it around the track that way. Oop. A little close there. We will wait. See if anybody else is coming around. Not a hit. I thought that was going to be a small bump. Track swap will be at 10:30. Oh, a little too hard. So it's 10:07. Track swap is at 10:30. Let's find somebody else to follow. Come to. Stream Curse gets the first one, which means I get a chance to try and chase. So much work here, not very smooth. It's another one of those mid-corner brake things that I don't really get. Shouldn't have followed into the wall like that. Oh, but that's kind of the gist. So take a quick break, grab some water. Ah, there we go. A little water's always nice. Alright, we'll do a few more laps before we wrap up. Poor wheel position, being lazy, knowing that I'm in a simulator and there's no actual risk. Got to take care of that. But yeah, those of you who have been tuned in for a while, how's the I don't know, the feel of this stream as far as the visuals and all the setup? Is it something that, I mean, obviously I can alternate back and forth between this and my old setup, but do you think that this is, well, that was a terrible entry attempt. Better? Worse? About the same but different? Still, nope. Angle stalled for no reason. I was just not paying attention here. We are not going to get Meihan on a 2020 stream because the tracks are already announced and Meihan was not one of them. But Meihan can be in our 2021 rotation. I've run it plenty of times, probably just before you were coming to the live streams, I would guess. I haven't run it in a while, though, this is true. Oh, when are we going to get a Meihan 2020 stream? Gotcha. Yeah, no, we'll do Meihan 2020. Sorry, I misread that as, are we going to do Meihan in 2020? I was like, well, we're not doing it tonight, so probably not. Fun Rocky Tuber, what is up? Sitting inside the real car, thank you. Oh, here we go, turbo and springs. This should be pretty solid. For those of you watching, how annoying is it seeing the driver names over the cars? Should I reach over and turn that off? It's kind of a hard thing to do in Drift. We have to Alt-Tab over and then Control-L. And doing it left-handed is beyond me. I can do it right-handed while drifting. I kind of think maybe from the GoPro the driver names are actually not super noticeable. When it's proper game capture, I think it is a little bit more obvious. But I'm curious to hear what you all think. I like knowing who I'm running with. It definitely impacts how I approach pulling up to them, because I drive with a lot of these guys every week, and so I understand how they go around the track. Simulated, thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you have a wonderful night. And we will see you in 2021. Tune in on Twitch if you get the chance, or we'll be live a little bit later. Ben asked about the monitors. I am running three 32-inch AOC monitors. They are 1440p, they're curved, 1 millisecond response time, and 144 Hz. And this is Assetto in 2K, or 1440p, whatever you want to call it as well. Cool, you guys say leave it on, so we'll do that. Ooh, that's so hard left-handed. I don't know if it helps my driving per se. I just like knowing who I'm seeing. I'm gonna follow Turbo some more just because we get such good tandems with Turbo. Oh, that was... I didn't expect that braking. Almost tagged Turbo with the back of my car. Nice on the wall ride there. will, ooh, pretty solid hit there. I will say that the POV cam really shines in these close tandem instances. This is not one of them, we're getting there. Like this, where you can look over and have a much better idea of what I'm seeing. Oh, I put him into the wall. Got a little too aggro there. I am running Soul. I'm pretty sure I'm running Soul 2. Well, my spacebar is fixed now. See, it's fixed. I got too distracted. Let's bobsled it and catch back up again. Oof. Oh man, it's such a good feeling when you just transition in sync with the lead car correctly and everything just lines up. Yeah, in order to do really close tandem like this, I think it's pretty essential for your wheel to have a belt drive and not fight you. You can see how much of the work I'm letting the wheel do for me. And this is how it is in real cars too, so I don't know. I'm one of those people that, like, you can absolutely make gear drive wheels work and have a good result if you're like looking at the proximity and the angle and whatnot. But if you're, I'm in the wall, I had to get out of it. If you are actually looking at like the driving experience and whether it translates to what your actual car does, you need a belt drive wheel. And we're just getting a little rowdy with everybody. Being the fourth car back is never a good time in terms of like having an easy time adjusting to all the other drivers. I'll just hang with Tim over here in the Supra. Would I recommend to go belt driven as a first wheel? Absolutely, 1000% yes. If you can afford one, or if you can wait until you can afford one, I 100% think they're worth it. If you can't, that's fine. You know, take your time. If you think that a belt drive wheel is too expensive, getting a real drift car will be too expensive too. But like, eventually, I think that a belt drive wheel is just the way to go if drifting is the main thing you want to do. Jack, my next stream will be on Friday. Every Friday. Literally every Friday forever. I live stream from 9 p.m. Central Time until midnight. Half on YouTube and half on twitch.tv/KameTrick. Ocean Bowl knows what's up. What's up, man? Happy New Year, or soon to be Happy New Year. Thanks for tuning in, Ocean Bowl. We're just rocking a little bit of new stuff. Setup-wise, I have got, as you can see there, a first-person view setup now. So we've got camera 1, or monitor 1, monitor 2, and 3, and we go out and shred, GoProing it up, absolutely. I'm certainly not the first to use this idea, but it looks pretty cool. It really lends itself well to this sort of environment. Take a second and show you since you haven't seen it. I am going to scoop up that Asus bezel-free kit. I didn't really care about it before because I wasn't showing much camera view of my actual screens. I was showing just the game capture. But if I'm going to use... Oh, I was crashed. And I'm still being crashed. You guys... Alright, well, I was going to try to show it off, but unfortunately I'm not able to work with that. We'll follow Springs for just a second so that I can, again, attempt to show Ocean what I'm talking about here. So, like, normally in my stream you couldn't tell if I was pulling up along the side of a car like this. But now, when I do this, you can actually kind of see what's going on, which is really fun. So yeah, I think that's super cool. Just being able to do all of that. So that's the gist. That's what we're up to in here. That and just a little bit of video chatting while I have a glass of water and save my voice for the next hour and a half. It's Koki's asked, what did you use for the top of your rig where your TV and rig sit on? I have videos on my channel about that. There's like a DIY with KameTrick type of playlist. But in a nutshell, I built a frame for all of my actual sim gear, the pedals, the steering wheel, the shifter, the e-brake. That's all bolted solid. It's built out of wood. And then, separately from that, not connected to that, I built a desk for the triple monitors to sit on. And I basically cut out a hole for the wheelbase to slide up into, and the desk is slightly taller than the wooden frame that the sim cockpit is made of. But I have both, like, a couple 5-minute sort of montage videos artistically quickly showing it come together, and then I have like 2 half-hour videos for the handful of people that actually want to see it step-by-step assembled. Exodus says, Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu, which is Happy New Year. Kochira koso arigatou gozaimasu. Akeome. So I will say that back. Oh, Excite is in here as well. What is up, Dustin? How's it going, buddy? I've got actually a new setup, which I can show you here in just a second. Shlumps, I just wanted to say thanks, Kame, for being here and providing this nice community. My pleasure, my friend. Happy to do so. Oh, what do I use for the top? So at the hardware store, you can buy like probably a 3 or 4 foot by like 8, probably a 4 foot by 6 foot or 4 foot by 8 foot piece of wood that's like 3/4 of an inch thick. It's just a huge solid piece of wood, and then you can have them set it up. Well, hang on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, we're all back. Sorry about that. Is this new POV forever? Do you want it to be? What does that even mean? Koenigsegg, sorry, I got a phone call and I had to take it. You had asked me something. Or maybe you just said hey. Track change is coming up, yes. Oh boy, did we just lose the POV cam? Let's see. Nope, everything looks like it's good. That's nice. When everything goes wrong. Yeah, track change is coming up very soon. We actually have about, because I started a touch late, about 9 minutes, and then we'll be switching to twitch.tv/KameTrick. Absolutely, yes. We will see you around. Thank you for tuning in. The track we have been on is Sumisuto Kart. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was wondering if you were like hyped or not. Yeah, no, Koenigsegg, I saw you. Well, I want to show Dustin the stream real quick. So, Excite Video Magazine in the house. Check out his YouTube channel. He's not posted in a while, but he's got a ton of cool content. Oh, Ocean Bowl with the big questions. When do we switch to Mixer, Rip Mixer? So yeah, I've got my triple monitors. I've got a GoPro set up to show off the stream, which I think, yeah, I've got the right cam pulled up. I really need a stream deck now for that. And let me find someone to drive with. Okay, that's who I want to drive with. They are way over there. So I've got to wait for some laps to happen. It's going to be a minute. We'll hang with chat for a bit. Ark got a stream deck for Christmas. Very cool. Here comes Turbo. Just to kind of show you what the setup looks like in action. Ooh, I've got a huge gap to close. How do you catch up in drifting? Use a bit less angle. You can cut the track if you need to. Transition sooner. And within a turn or two, it's possible to catch up in sim. It never seems that easy in real life. Probably because I don't drive off the edge of the track. Oh, I was murdered. Sorry about that, Turbo. We got a pretty solid hit there. So we're going to kick it up to third. Tip it in with a clutch kick. Try to match Turbo's speed and angle here. Oh, stopped car on track. We both see it and managed to bail, which is kind of amazing. Oh, kind of predicted that would happen. Will you ever use the DW WiseFab cars? I have them, and I put them on my server info, but I haven't actually loaded them up, because I don't know that anybody else would be able to find them. And really, they're just not as good as WDTS, or they're like the same. My neighbor is singing, "Have you ever seen the rain at full immersion?" That's actually kind of rad. Let's follow this FC RX-7. I don't think I've driven behind this guy before. Let's see what he's got here. We'll know pretty quickly. It seems okay so far. Keeping my distance a little bit here, just in case there's any bobbles on transition or any mid-transition brakes, anything like that that I need to know about. So far it seems like this is a driver that I would be able to follow pretty happily, though. I'm not seeing anything that's all that different from how I drive. Excite, you saw it? Heck yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of a neat setup that I just got going. Oh man, this is reminiscent of what it was like for me when I was trying to learn to tandem. There's a period where you don't get very close, and you feel like you're really close, but you're not, and then like you can't catch up when you want to try to. And then there's a period where you can keep up, and you actually have trouble going slow enough to not hit the lead car. And that's kind of, I think, where this FC is at, or at least something that they're working on. It was difficult to figure that out. For me, it comes down mostly to left foot braking, a little bit to line control, and I'm still figuring it out. But kind of the idea that I'm shooting for has a lot to do with that. Let's see, I'm not seeing the tail lights come on, which means there's no left foot braking going on. So you're going to be constantly surging at the lead car and trying not to pass them. And that does make it difficult. And I'm not trying to rip on this driver by any means. Just a few years ago I was in the same boat, because I didn't try to learn tandem until forever. Oop, sorry. Oh, I'm in first gear. That's why the car's not actually catching up at all. Let's see, as a counterpoint, you'll see that I'm getting in position, and then when I'm going to hit him, I'm getting onto the left foot brake to slow down my car's forward momentum. And then timing my transitions, you see the sparks flying because we're so close. That is the trick. And it takes some guts. It's weird to throw your car at another car in a way that you will 100% hit unless you successfully get on the brakes. And if you get on the brakes too hard, then you lock up the fronts, and that causes you to understeer, which will also make the front of you hit them, because you'll turn into them. Calling out your laziness? Absolutely. Man, I want to see more of your videos. Excite Video Magazine is a cool fellow. He used to live in Japan, and compared to me especially, he just has encyclopedic knowledge of all these JDM cars and a real love for the cars. And so he would do videos from car shows and car meets, like roll out from the parking lot type stuff. He does drift events as well, more on like the media side than on the driver's side, but he's got a car. And I don't know, hopefully you can get set back up and do a few more, because I always really enjoyed them. Garlic says, I found out that you're in Oklahoma and I'm in Ponca. Yep, I am presently in the middle of the USA, doing my thing. Eli, I'm using show you actually, it's just easier, a World Drift Tour Street S13 coupe here, as you can see, and it is stock tune, 100% turbo, and then I just drive it with my Fanatic CSW 2.5 wheelbase. So that is the gist for that. 25 minutes till the ball drops on the East Coast. Very cool. Ocean Bull's got the windows tinted today. Very cool, man. All the information, Eli, is in the video description. And we're actually about to bounce over to Twitch, but while the stream will continue there, the server will just have a track change, and you're welcome to hop in on track with us once you get the content and the password located in the Discord. Alright, well, we got to wrap it up with a little Happy New Year from me to you. So, Happy New Year, guys. Have a wonderful one. I hope that your evening is wonderful. I will see you if you want to join me on twitch.tv/KameTrick, where we will continue the action over there in about 5 minutes after I change the servers over. I want to thank you guys for tuning in as always. and hitting that like button, subscribing, and sharing my videos with your car friends. That is how we've grown the channel from just a couple hundred to almost 20K, and I'm looking forward to what we can get into next year. Have a wonderful night, guys. Love you. Peace.